Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
We can't allow any further delay.
Hello and welcome to the Fox 12 Weather Podcast. You have joined us on this Wednesday evening. That's when we are recording between our 6 o'clock show and our 8 p.m. show. And I'm happy to have two of my coworkers here. We've got Payton Major. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, Mark?
All is good. Is that a sort of sweater on? Is it sweater weather?
Sweater weather.
I was so thrilled to put it on today.
Oh my god, finally. Sweater
That's for
weather.
you,
I
Camila.
was so
It's
excited.
time.
Sweater weather.
Weather.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. I was laughing because Mark and Peyton were doing all this like hard work to put the podcast together, and I was literally back here Googling the sweater weather skit to find out what year it came out and to practice it.
Yes.
We thought it was
About time the weather's
2019.
changed.
I mean, literally, Peyton, that was the last thing I saw before I walked into the recording booth, so I had to walk across the station. And Camilla's in there looking at the sweater weather thing from Saturday Night
Sweater
Live.
weather.
And what year was it?
2007. Which is
So
earlier than I thought.
18 years old.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Sweater
18
weather.
years back.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Well,
too
thanks
good.
for joining us, everybody. We have an action-packed episode here. We'll probably go on a few little rants because we're going to talk about social media. We got to cover mountain snow. We have Peyton contributed some interesting stuff too. I saw that. So this is like a team effort here, as we call it. Let me get
Yes.
the graphics started here. So we're going to call it a random weather dump to start. Okay.
Can't wait
Yep.
for this.
I'll explain.
Yeah. Peyton will explain. Term of the week. We're going to talk about frost versus freezing,
Classic.
which we haven't had either yet. Okay.
Good stuff.
Enzo update. Not Camilla. Don't get excited. We're not talking about your kid.
Not
That
to
would
be
be
confused
Enzo,
with
right?
That'd be
Enzo.
so funny.
Right? Okay.
We put it together. Don't worry. It's
Bummer. You could.
Don't get me wrong. He's pretty stinking cute,
Yeah.
especially when he does that little dance.
I'll
We
hold up a
should
little.
do an
I'll hold
Enzo
up. I'll
update.
hold up a little picture of him when we get to the Enzo update. How about that?
That'd be
perfect.
nice. Yeah. We're going to cover what's ahead, plus mountain snow. First big snow of the season up in the Cascades. Well, it'll be big for part of the Cascades. We'll explain. And viewer photos. Of course, we always have to do those. So let's jump right into it.
First
Camilla,
of all,
you haven't seen this yet. Yeah.
I want to explain what a weather dump is.
Let's go back.
So us Gen Zers say photo dumps nowadays, you know,
Oh.
because we're trying to normalize being casual on social media. Is it working? Probably not. But basically what you do in a photo dump is you go, I haven't posted on Instagram in 2 months. Let me just go through my camera roll and put a, mosh pit together of all the photos I have.
Mosh
I mean, we're
pit.
talking like random taco photo mixed with sunset photo, mixed with you and your friends, mixed with the cat, like random. And then that's your photo dump. Just so everyone knows you're alive. So now this is our weather dump. We've collected all of our rants and thoughts and things, and we're putting it into this first part of the episode.
Basically, that's her nice way of saying we couldn't figure out what to title if we had like 3 different little points here to make. Yeah.
Yes.
So just imagine you're scrolling on Instagram and you've gotten to
Yes.
this carousel.
You get to
and
this
you're gonna
graphic.
scroll through some things here.
Random.
Camilla, what do you think? You haven't seen this yet today.
It's colorful. Wow. That's a lot of colors happening.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
Okay.
What is
Yeah.
going on?
What?
This just comes from one meteorologist's feed on Facebook.
Ooh.
I call it social media weather
You gonna name
slop
drop
on
or-
Facebook.
Oh, weather
I don't think I
slop.
should. That wouldn't be nice. It is an
No,
actual
just kidding.
meteorologist.
Right.
I believe this person may be their job now. Just so you know, well, actually, let's keep going because this is just one example of social media slop we saw today. And then the great one, James Spann. Hey, just for comparison, I think I have 50,000 Spanky. I have 50,000 followers, which is pretty high. It's okay, it's respectable. He has 1.5 million.
Dang.
Yeah.
This guy is the king of weather. He's in the southern USA, down in I think Montgomery. Oops, no, Birmingham, Huntsville, somewhere in Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama.
Everybody knows his name, Spann. So he decided to give somebody a spanking yesterday. Just read some of just the highlights. You can read it while we're talking about it. But he's had enough of this crap. He says the amount of fake weather news that has exploded in the past year. I would agree. I mean, just so much information out there. Some of it's okay, but there's a lot of just sloppy crap. And actually, this applies probably to the entire social media world, right? Not just weather.
Yeah.
constantly bombarded with maps to show hurricanes, tornado outbreaks, flood events, major temperature changes, Cascade snow. That never happen. Like he says, there's little to no skill. So since there are so many models nowadays, this is a convergence of the amount of data that's available to the common person. Okay, we never used to have all this data available, even 10 years ago, not nearly as much as now. And now social media, and people are making money off their social media pages.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you knew that was possible. It's called monetization. Okay. And like he says, even some professional meteorologists have gotten into this game because they're like, oh, I could make, at the low end, maybe $500 a month. I'm trying to think if I've heard numbers. I have heard numbers. I was at a broadcast conference, and I know there's a person or two in the USA that, broadcast meteorologist that makes maybe $20,000 to $30,000 in a really busy weather month off their Facebook page.
Whoa.
Crazy, right?
It's taxed, but the point is, yeah, you increase the engagement, you get people to argue. Great for American democracy.
Exactly. You share some outrageous map, get a ton of clicks and comments.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oof. That's why you're seeing, and they found that, but just putting up the text over like a bright background like that grabs more eyeballs than like a video of something, because you have to stop and read it. Is that why? Did we talk about this, Payton?
Was this shared exactly like this? Go back to that picture. What am I looking at? Inches of what? Is this rain?
That's a good question. Yeah,
From
it's rain.
Priscilla. We'll get to Priscilla later. She's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Priscilla's first appearance in our podcast. She's coming back. Return engagement.
Mm-hmm.
So James Spann just goes on this rant, which is obviously driving him nuts as well. So like he says, some seem to actually enjoy scaring people. A lot of people think they're being helpful, but there's just so much kind of marginal information out there.
Spain.
This is the world.
King. That's good.
Span
I'm just now
King.
noticing that you put that.
Spanking.
Yeah.
You like that? Yeah.
And don't you guys feel like our jobs are now leaning? Obviously we are meteorologists, we forecast, but I feel like half the time now I'm also just kind of myth busting, just saying, you might have seen this, but actually that's not going to happen. So you almost have to see social media with your own eyes as a meteorologist and say, ooh, that's probably not going to happen. And now, I'm going to use my job and knowledge to hopefully turn you away from that. But
like we're putting out fake fires that other people have set.
Yeah,
it's like we're putting out fires that other people have set meteorologically. The only thing that saves us is that during the warm season, we don't tend to have, too much of this. It's mostly when we approach cold, snow, or wind, I think.
Yeah.
And I know there's one person that doesn't even live in the Western USA, I believe, that puts out, he'll put out stuff for anywhere in the country. So I'll have to deal with, it was a tornado event. Oh, it was in March. It was in late March. Had little spin-up tornadoes drawn across Western Washington, Western Oregon, just accelerating that hype. And the person doesn't even live here.
Yeah.
Or the hail. Remember, it was supposed to be like grapefruit-sized hail.
Oh, yeah.
And people were like telling me, should I park in the garage? And I'm like, what is happening? Someone had a mattress on their car. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so that's, I guess, so it just doesn't happen here as often because we don't have as much busy weather. But when it gets busy, I think it's going to, like we have a approaching snow event this winter, is going to go crazy.
But I think on the one hand, then, because our extreme events are so rare, if something like that does get circulated on social media, it like hits people harder here. They like really panic when they see it.
Like tennis ball size hail forecast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So leading into that, who saw this week?
Me. I saw it because you shared it, Mark, and I was like, "What?
I saw it in like 4 places last week too. I think it mostly showed up last week.
Yeah.
So did you see this? So what this is the Euro seasonal snowfall forecast. So the 5th of every month, this European not only has the ECMWF model, the short-term model that we see that goes out to 16 days, but they also put out a seasonal forecast, which we use for general, like, hey, could it be warmer or drier than normal this winter, wetter, warmer or cooler than normal this winter, or drier or wetter than normal? We look for general trends, and it does tend to flip all over the place, because do you really think a model can forecast exact snow numbers for the next 6 months versus, the next 5 days?
Yeah.
I wish.
It has trouble with that.
Yeah.
So this went all over the place. And so this is what I went on a rant. This is a couple days ago. So notice Portland has 104 inches there. Okay, you see you can go ahead and read while I talk, but
We're
104 inches
buried.
there.
Wow.
Yeah, Salem has
We're-
22. I think there's two things. Okay, number one, yes, we don't. The model is just a long-term forecast. Don't read any specific numbers. That would be ridiculous. The other thing going on is I looked. It's a 36-kilometer resolution model. So all through the winter, it's going to be producing snow in Portland when it's probably thinks because it has to do the terrain, has to smooth out the terrain. My guess is it thinks Portland's like at 2,000 feet or so or higher. And then I was thinking the other thing is, remember when we look at like those snow forecasts in winter when we are kind of close to snow, when we have the marginal stuff and it'll show like 0.3 inches this day, we know it's actually not going to be anything. Remember, we know the Euro has that issue of generating sticking snow at like 38 degrees. We've noticed that the last 2 winters. So if it does that 12 times during the winter, that's going to add up to 22 inches there at Salem. Just one example. Just add up all the little fake snows that probably won't happen. So, yeah, there's all sorts of issues with that. But it is interesting. I saw some comments from people saying, "Oh, actually, maybe 9 inches of snow in Oklahoma isn't crazy. Maybe that's totally reasonable." But I think we have a problem with the low. You just see that it doesn't handle the terrain well in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of 104 inches, we're going to go for 82 inches this winter in Portland. Just kidding.
Please no.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah.
And,
if Portland's getting more snow than I was looking at some numbers in Nebraska. I was like, no, like, come on, like really, like Omaha's going to get 29 inches and Portland's going to get 104.
It is interesting out in those flatlands. Those are probably totally reasonable numbers for the winter, aren't they?
I mean, yeah, they could be.
What is the average for Omaha? Do you remember growing up? Is it 2 to 3 feet a winter?
Let me do a quick little Google search here.
You're going to use gray AI?
No, I'm going to use good old-fashioned Google.
We had
probably
AI training
read
today.
something incorrect off Wikipedia.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to point out that you can really see how the resolution screws up because when you have the mountains up against like the Dalles, which is a very dry place, doesn't tend to get a lot of snow in the winter. It has 163 inches in the Dalles. I think the average snowfall in the Dalles in winter is like 12 inches.
I've got it. 25 to 30 is about average.
Oh, see, so
there
that's
you go.
actually totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually.
There's a terrain issue. All right, so that's was that my last rant? Do either of you have any more rants to add to social media issues? I just think it's a bane of our existence now.
Here's my question. Why is this even a product? Is this product useful for any tangible reason?
I couldn't find it. Because we do have, we use Weatherbell, which is another provider. We pay as a station to do a professional fee.
And you can
and
find
I look for it. All you see on there are monthly, it's all departures. Warmer or cooler than normal each month and each season.
Which that makes sense. But like pinning down an exact number for 215 days later seems like not a useful product.
Right. And I mean, one could argue though, the model does output this somewhere. So somebody decided to took the grids and made a graphic out of it. Let's bring the blood pressure down.
Yeah. We need to take some deep breaths here.
Yeah. Oh, that was a poor choice of words for this one.
Oh, it
deep
was.
breaths.
Oh no.
Oops.
Oh no.
What a transition.
I'm canceled now. Okay.
Yeah.
Vancouver fire. This happened last night. Mark looked up at the Vancouver camera and goes, "What's that?
What's all that smoke?"
What's going on? Oh, we just panned our camera a little to the right and it's a huge plume of smoke. What was it, like 8:45 last night?
8:45 because we happened to be time lapsing and suddenly the smoke just appeared right after dark.
Yeah. Are you able to play the video? Like if you click on it? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I didn't review the audio. Hopefully there's no choice words.
It's okay. They can say the F because it's podcast.
Oh, okay.
This isn't FCC controlled. They're not going to ban us.
I could have been saying that the whole time. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm not going to say F off.
That's a juicy plume though, and you can see how hot that fire's burning.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was cool because at nighttime, it's bad when you can see the smoke that thick.
Yeah.
And then there was a layer on our Shriners camera, so we were like, "Oh no, we got to calm night. Air quality's not going to be good."
Mm-hmm.
I think this thing was still burning. Is it still burning? I don't know. I didn't.
No,
really
it's
listen.
pretty much out. There's no smoke from it now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But anyway, this screen grab here of the air quality index at 1:40 a.m. You can see some areas on the kind of eastern side of the metro. It's all the way down to like Milwaukee, like Oswego, even Oregon City.
Very
Crazy.
unhealthy. That's the over 200, I believe, is very unhealthy. I think 300 maybe or 250 is hazardous.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew in 2020 when we did it for a week.
Right.
Look how narrow of an area it was. It really was just a plume that went right through East Metro.
Yeah.
But if you were 5 miles farther east or west, you were fine.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That was our little snow excitement there.
Okay, quick tropical
Speaking of the
update.
dump, more dumping. We got more dumping to
Yeah,
go here.
you're like, I can't keep up. I'm sorry. It's gonna get organized in a second. Okay, first the Atlantic. Wanted to show you that our next named storm is Karen. Now I think we're a little worried about this
of
one.
course.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Always trouble. Complaining.
Always.
gonna be calling the manager.
No, actually, knock on wood, this season's been really good. We haven't had any U.S. landfalls, and the last time we didn't have any was 2015. So 10 years ago.
Interesting.
So we'll see what happens there. There is something brewing out. I think you can skip the next slide. I put it on there. Oh,
Just
no, I
say
didn't.
next, Mark. If I'm driving, you just have to tell me to
Okay.
keep it moving. Go
This
ahead.
is Jerry. So Jerry was named maybe yesterday, yesterday, I think. Tropical storm, maybe category 1, but I guess the best news is it's following the same pattern as most of these storms have, where it just goes back into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Not coming towards the continental USA, so that's good.
Yeah, and Karen does have a chance of forming, I think, sometime this week, so we'll be watching. Eastern Pacific, gosh, a lot more names. We are at Priscilla now. That's the Priscilla name we brought up earlier, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So there she is in all her glory too. She's off of the Baja coastline there, and then it's gonna move. She's gonna move inland. I don't know. Can I gender this storm? Probably not. Move inland.
Priscilla.
Yeah,
Isn't that
makes
usually
sense.
a woman's name?
Sure. Okay.
Typically? I don't remember many guys growing up named Priscilla.
That's
I'm
true.
just saying. I know it's a different era, but
Yeah, I'm just trying to be courteous. Okay, so tropical storm right now, but some remnant moisture will reach the desert southwest this weekend. Priscilla's not alone. She's got a friend. I don't know how to pronounce the second one. Is it
Octave?
Octave?
Octave. Not just
Octave?
Could be
Octave?
octave.
We're probably making it way
I
too
have
fancy.
No idea.
I don't know.
Octave.
Octave.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that's all that's going on. A little active out there in the Pacific.
And clearly
Okay.
Priscilla is going to bring us. Here we go. That's how bad it's going to be for Priscilla. Got it?
Wow. Okay.
Clear cut graphics.
Clear
Very
as
simple and
day.
easy to read.
Got it.
Clear
Okay.
cut. Okay, term of the week. Frost.
This is kind of random. I
freeze.
forget why I brought this up. Frost freeze. We needed something to. Oh, because we're getting close to our first frost. That's
Yeah.
why.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Some
Okay, we
areas
had
already
some-
got it.
Discussion about this because the Weather Service, I think, this is just my opinion, the last 2 cool seasons, the Weather Service has been doing frost warnings or frost advisories when it's not actually going to get down to 32 degrees. But there's kind of a reason for that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, well, basically, first of all, frost versus freeze, there is a pretty distinct difference. Frost is basically frozen dew. So in a night where dew would form, but it's cold enough, then it turns into frost. And yes, it can harm plants, but a freeze is obviously the next level up there when temperatures are around or below 32 for a longer period of time. And also when we don't have wind or other conditions that would probably favor frost.
This is a good one. I put this next just to go with what you just said there.
Yeah, there you go. There's a little picture, basically. So yeah,
So
go ahead.
I admit that I use these terms interchangeably for TV. I don't stick to the specific definition. I usually say, okay, it's going to freeze tonight. Usually I mean it'll be below 32 or lower. Although I guess that's okay to say.
Yeah, that's technically correct.
But I tend to say, oh, there'll be a frost tonight. It's going to drop to 32. Technically,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I kind of mix the two. And two big things. One is you see the air temperature. So temperature officially is supposed to be measured about 5 feet off the ground. Official measurements are done that way. Mine is on my deck about 12 feet off the ground, so it's a little high. But if you on any calm, clear night, it's actually a little bit colder. The old saying, frost on a pumpkin, you can get frost on that pumpkin sitting down at ground level when it's 36 is the official low up above. So that's why the Weather Service, I think, is doing these frost advisories, because they say, wait, if it's only dropping to 34, 35, 36, there could actually be frost, little pieces, little chunks of ice will form on a surface. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing that happens, you see this a lot in the wintertime. It might only be 36, 38, 39 degrees, And like if you have a black car outside, like my Subaru is black, it'll have frost on it on the top. It won't be on the window, but it'll be on the top and on the hood and the back. That's because those dark surfaces radiate. They're called black bodies. They radiate the heat effectively on it. It has to be perfectly clear or almost all clear. And so you can easily get ice on your car when it's not actually down to freezing, but it won't be on other surfaces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because it gets cooler. Interesting.
Fascinating stuff, yeah. And the first autumn frost. So, Camila, if you run into this graphic in the next 2 weeks, the Hillsborough part is not fixed. The bars are correct, but the text will be wrong that we don't show you here.
Oh,
so.
okay. So the text we're just seeing is for Portland?
Portland.
Just for
right.
Portland.
Okay, cool.
Just for Portland.
The bars are the right spot, though. In Hillsborough.
Bars are correct.
Just
what do you see there? What's the difference between Hillsborough and Portland? What do you see?
Yeah, first frost happens earlier in the more rural areas. It's colder out there.
Tualatin Valley, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Rural areas, and that's kind of a bowl out there in the Tualatin Valley, west side of the metro. Same thing happens up in central northern Clark County, too.
Mm-hmm.
So it tends to be early. Not always. Sometimes, if nobody has a frost, then suddenly we get a cold air mass, everybody might get it at the same time. I do remember that. This has happened, I think, twice in my career where we didn't have a first frost till about Christmas, which is kind of weird.
2021. Dang,
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Crazy.
But the thing is, often that just means we were cloudy and rainy through much of the fall, so we never had a chance for skies to clear out with the cold air mass.
Yeah.
Right? So usually it's kind of a random occurrence. But there you go. Anything else to say about that, since I'm running things here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Looks good.
This is actually, I just wanted more content. So this is just, I use this in the springtime. Critical temps when you're apples and pears. In fact, I just picked the last of my pears today.
Oh, you were going to bring me some. You never did.
Yeah. Well, there aren't that many.
Wow.
Okay.
So I might be hanging on to them because it could be a rough winter.
Fair enough.
Which we're going to cover. Just kidding.
Gotta fatten up.
Gotta fatten up.
That's
No, that's not a problem.
Hibernation is coming.
Yeah, hibernation. All right, so apples and pears. I mean, yeah, so a frost 32 degrees in the springtime when the blossoms are out on the trees, that doesn't hurt them. Look at 10% blossom kill, so 90% of the blossoms still survive, even if it drops to 28 degrees. So for something like fruit trees, it actually has to drop quite a bit below freezing. Yeah, that's springtime. So that just gives you an idea. But there are other things, I mean, like subtropical type thing. Like I have banana bushes too. As soon as they get just, 30 degrees, they're like,
they're done. Yeah.
Yeah. So every plant has its own tolerance for frost. And when do we get our first frost? Here's a good one. I mean, you try
everywhere.
Katie has talked about this. Central Oregon gardening is you're not going to grow corn in the southern part of Central Oregon.
Yeah.
Like from Bend, Sister, south of Sun River, you can't grow corn just because it could frost when the corn is still small in June, or could frost in mid-August already when the corn hasn't even reached its peak. So those high desert locations can get a frost in August and early September.
Crazy.
But then you go lower in elevation, of course. Like by the time you get down to the Columbia River near sea level, it's about this time of the year, mid-October, let's say. And then west side, a little milder climate, not counting Portland because it's an urban, heat area. Most of us get our first frost coming up here in the next 2 weeks or so. 2 to 3 weeks. So It's time. And of course, it's later, not only in the urban areas, like the middle of the city of Portland, but also along the coastline. Not Tillamook, because that's like a bowl, a valley. They get cold there. But if you're out closer to the beaches, it's just tougher for it to cool off down to freezing. Did we cover? We covered everything in frost. Frost related, it's all there.
Check.
So, ENSO, what is ENSO? El Nino Southern Oscillation. So we just hadn't mentioned this much. Have we even talked about El Nino or La Nina in the last month?
I don't think so. It hasn't gotten brought up in a while.
I just, I came into work Monday. Most normal people come into work. They gather around the water cooler. They talk about what they did for the weekend, Taylor Swift, that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I start talking about the ENSO diagnostic discussions and stuff like that.
Are you calling me out?
No, I'm just saying that almost every day this week, Nora has come in and you've discussed this Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah, it's true.
The big move. Oh, no, that was last week. Wait, that was Thursday. Wait, that has been going on for a week because that started last Wednesday and Thursday, the anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't Nora take half a day off? No, she just had to go home to watch the big reveal of a new
Yeah, because the drop was
album.
at 9 p.m.
Oh, the drop. Not a dump, but a drop.
Yeah.
No, dump and drop are two separate things, Mark.
Yeah, dump means very different things to us older folks. Okay, so the ENSO alert system. This is from the APEC Climate Center. I bet you want to know where that's from, huh? I found it online.
APEC.
It's in South Korea.
APEC Predator, Mark Nelson.
Yes. It's apex.
I know it was a
Apex,
joke.
nice.
God.
Gosh. So this is from South Korea.
He needs
I
to
think
be
they actually-
dumped.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dump this thing. I'm going to get dumped out of this podcast. So
Just
yeah,
kidding.
they're under. They're saying the planet is under a La Nina, or well, not the planet necessarily. Well, it's kind of the planet, but the Pacific Ocean, a La Nina watch. Okay, you can see it stands from La Nina warning to El Nino warning. These folks, I think they forecast for a lot of Southeast Asia or Eastern Asia, and this is anytime the 2025 up here to the right, October, November, December, January, February, March. So the cool season in the Northern Hemisphere. NOAA says we are, what do you know? They agree. We're under a La Nina watch. ENSO neutral is present. ENSO neutral is present, which means we're neither at this moment either in a La Nina or an El Nino. El Nino is warming of the tropical Pacific. La Nina is cooling. They say the sea surface temperatures are near to a little below average across most of the Pacific. And they think there will be a transition from this ENSO neutral, La Nada, the nothing, to, I think that was our state climatologist, George Taylor. He passed away a few years ago, but in the 90s, I thought maybe he was the one that coined that. I could be wrong.
That's good.
They say we're going to go from ENSO neutral to La Nina. It's likely in the next couple of months with a 71% chance of that happening between October and December. But it looks like it will decrease. The chance of that continuing into the latter half of winter, they just give it 54%. So this is a weak La Nina developing, but can you see the cooler than average? There's the equator right there. You can see the cooler than average stuff across the tropical Pacific. Actually, just of just as much interest. Look at this insanely warm northern Pacific, especially the western part of the northern Pacific. Could that affect us this winter? Some argue that with all this warm water here, we might get ridges a little farther west than normal, like upper level ridges like this. I hope not, because
Yeah. Interesting.
On the ground.
So here's a better way to look at it. The latest weekly sea surface departures for the ENSO setup, we want to look at 3.4, which is kind of this hybrid of the Nino 4 region along the equator and the Nino 3 region. Can you see it? There's South America. There's the New Guinea right there. And Tahiti's right there, I think, and Hawaii. So we're at minus 0.5. And anything lower than a minus 0.5 is La Nina. So we're kind of on the threshold right now. And for the weekly numbers. And the forecast, back to APEC, weak La Nina, do they only give it a 38% chance of happening? Is that what they're saying? Great, I just shown you this information. I'm not sure what they mean by that.
Well, it was issued a month ago almost.
Yeah, most of these places only change it once a month. Either way, it looks like a weak La Nina most likely. Here's a better way of looking at Here is that 3.4 sea surface temperature anomaly. Warmer than normal would be up here. Cooler than normal is below. I have boxed in the La Nada area, basically where you're just in neutral. And this is a plume of all these different models. They call them dynamic models or statistical models. So you have all these different models. This is where we are right now, about minus 0.5. Okay. And it's 3-month periods, September, October, November. It's these 3-month averages. So, we're right in here. We know we're at minus 0.5 now. That'll probably be the September, October, November average, my guess, because it was a little higher in September. It'll be a little lower in November, we assume. Either way, if you look at the dynamic average, which is the heavy red line, and the statistical model average, which is the green line, they're both just barely La Nina for a few months, and then they seem to start going back, and they go back into neutral again.
Yeah.
In fact, look at that. By April of next year, there's not a single model of these that has us in La Nina territory. So it looks like this is what we had last year, was a very weak La Nina.
Yeah.
And
really
actually,
weak.
technically, it didn't last long enough to be considered a La Nina episode. So I think that's pretty interesting. And so NOAA just takes the official Climate Prediction Center ENSO probabilities. So they did this in September. There'll be another one coming out in this week or next week. Next week, I think. And La Nina chances, notice it's greater than the El Nino neutral chance for October, November, December, November, December, January. Yeah, December, January. By the time we get to January, February, March, they give it a neutral better chance.
Makes sense.
So the idea is this winter will probably be weak La Nina, maybe transitioning to neutral. I think this is interesting. I just noticed this yesterday. I pointed this out to Payton. I forgot. Okay, so this is each month what this APEC, what they their alert history.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 3 winters, 2020. Remember, we had 3 winters of La Nina, 2021, 21, 22, 22, 23. Here's just December that year. Then we had a strong El Nino. Then last year we had a weak La Nina, and this year it's probably weak La Nina.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 out of the last 6 winters we've been in La Nina conditions. Pretty interesting, huh?
That's very interesting.
Yeah. And in those winters, now we're going to get into this next week more. Typical La Nina effects, not always, but many La Ninas follow a pattern of you just kind of leaning towards maybe a little wetter in the northwest, cooler than normal across areas to our north and to our east.
Yeah.
But out of the last 9 La Nina winters, 3 have been wet, 3 have been average, and 3 have been dry.
Was last winter dry?
I thought, yeah, it was about average.
Okay.
Maybe it was slightly dry, but it was about average. Washington was pretty dry last winter.
Yeah.
But then, remember then all the California and Southern Oregon storms?
That's
so then
right.
it was much wetter than average to the south.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so you've been
And we only
never
had-
really know.
And it's not
Now,
a
if you-
snowy guarantee either, so.
If you'd like to know more, look what's coming up next Monday. It's time for Mark's Winter Outlook.
Exciting. Wait, I have one more thing. I have one more thing on Enzo.
And so.
So cute.
How are you ever going to say "and so" again?
I know. That's it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just showed up a picture of my kid. That's all right.
Oh wait, let me see.
Did you miss it?
I've
Oh,
got
you didn't
them.
have the thing. Here.
Yeah, I can't see it.
He's probably wondering what I'm
Oh, he's
laughing
really
at.
cute. I know what he looks like. I saw his little chubber
Yeah. He's
ham
got
hock thighs a
school
few weeks ago.
buses on his sweatpants in that picture. It's pretty cute.
Cute kids.
All right.
That's a good times. So so next Monday I'll have a blog post ready to go, and then on Tuesday I'll have just a blog post. I did this last year too, just on what we might see in the Cascades. Breaking news, since it's almost the same setup as last year, I didn't have to change a whole lot because I think both of you know, and hopefully the viewers know, I'm not one of those people that goes out and says, I think December is going to have no snow, but then I think January is going to have 2 to 5 inches of snow with one lowland valley snow event. But then in February, maybe an ice storm and a windstorm. I think that's hooey. So,
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. How can
Right.
you know? How can you make those
Yeah.
kinds of predictions so specifically?
You can't.
Yeah.
But people do anyway. All right. One of my favorite charts for the podcast. I don't use this on TV much because there's a lot of little numbers. Is this back to your sweater weather? Did you want to say it again? This is your
Sweater
chance.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
60 today.
My
my
God,
gosh.
sweater weather.
My God. The weather's trying to
79 to
change.
60.
So stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I hope Amy Poehler and Maya Rudolph are proud of us.
Yes.
I'm sure
I'm
they
sure
are.
they listen
If they
to
listen,
the
that'd be
Fox 12
great.
Weather podcast. Yeah.
Look at that temperature drop since
That was
mid-September.
massive.
I mean, this is pretty classical. I mean, there's nothing unusual going on here, just down, down, down. But, some ups and downs. But those 3 days were glorious where it was sunny and in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, a quarter inch of rain, slightly under a quarter inch. Payton has grayified this, as we say, a bit.
It looks nice.
This one was a doozy. Took me about an hour.
Yeah.
Tell Camilla what you said, that you were really torn about this thing. This
Oh,
graphic.
the 3D. Oh, I already talked to her about it. It's 3D.
Yeah.
If we moved it, you'd see the whole background's 3D. So I had to flatten it somehow.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Because that's our new thing when we did our graphics in April. It's like simpler, cleaner graphics people don't understand. And 3D is like 2015, apparently.
Yeah.
And
kept the
so
spiderweb.
you did.
And
I
the
said, there is
bats-
no way
bats
in
in the
heck.
window.
Yeah. Oh, and you
Bats.
see even more when you see the animation.
Mhm.
But I said, there's no way in heck I'm giving up the turkeys or the Santa.
Oh, the turkeys are staying.
I even had Nora ask about the turkey. She goes, you're not getting rid of those turkeys. And I said, well, you know what? I'm not. So you know what? If I disappear the Monday after Thanksgiving, that means I was fired for using those turkeys.
Oh, that'd be funny.
I keep forgetting about this graphic, or one of our interactive graphics. This just shows rainfall. Any of the warm colors are less than normal the last 2 weeks. It's been drier than normal across a good chunk of Oregon. Just wet farther to the southeast. I think we had a system or two kind of move across that area. So it's been a little bit dry. But I'm sure we're going to make up for that soon, because this is where we are in the big rain chart. We keep showing you this every few weeks. We kind of plateaued a bit since mid-September, and then the big jump comes after October 15th. On average, the frequency of rain really goes up. We're really heading towards the wet season at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, of course, you know what goes with that. Cloudy days.
Gray
Look at the jump in
days.
cloudy days. Yeah,
Yep.
gray days. Gray days sweaters.
Sweater weather.
Sweater.
Okay, so let's talk about snow government camp. We think we got a bunch coming up this weekend, or at least some.
Nice.
The last 4 years, we have had snow at government camp in the month of October. So we have an upper level low sitting offshore. Isn't that a beautiful looking water vapor loop?
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Some sort of bare clinic zone trying to form kind of right over the top of us, I suppose. This is this afternoon, which means kind of dividing line. This is relatively cool air compared to the really warm stuff that's been over us.
Yeah.
By the way, in this setup, it's going to be like still in the mid 70s across eastern Oregon tomorrow, which is way above normal for early to mid October. So that cool low is sitting off the coastline. I say we jump into 500 millibar heights.
It's time.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. I got to watch our time. Camilla, you're on TV coming up here at 8 o'clock.
That's fine.
Yeah.
With all
Are you at the top of the show? You might want to check your rundown.
With all the action, the political action, they've pushed us to the bottoms of the first block, so it's fine.
Yeah. We'll see what happens when we get a snowstorm. Oh, please, dear God, no snowstorm this winter.
No.
Oh, man.
Nope. So this is right now we have an upper level low that's come down. It didn't come from the west, folks. It didn't come from over the Pacific Ocean. It came down out of Western Canada. Interesting, don't you think? So this is Wednesday evening. We're recording this. It's about 7:45 p.m. So where's that low going to go? Not really anywhere. By Friday morning, the next 36 hours, it just kind of settles down a little farther south. It's off the southern Oregon coastline this is Friday morning. And then it does make a move over us during the daytime on Friday. It moves to the east. And by Saturday afternoon, it's being absorbed into this northwesterly flow that's developing up here across Western Canada. So that's what we call kicking out, by the way, when a low is just sitting there by itself doing nothing. And then it suddenly moves off to the east. It gets back. It's kind of like a stick that's sitting there in an eddy in a stream. And then it gets caught up in the flow and starts moving again.
Mm-hmm.
You like that analogy? I've never used that.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Pretty good. We've all thrown sticks in streams, right?
Of course.
Or just country
Or
people.
did you not have a childhood, right? I mean.
Yeah, right. Okay, so this is Saturday afternoon, but look what's happening. Are you ready for what's next? Oh, by Sunday afternoon, where did that come from? Well,
it has a friend.
Okay. Yeah, a second low is developing about over the Yukon, and it drops directly south, comes down to northwest Washington by Sunday afternoon. All models are in general agreement with this. Some of them have the low slightly farther west. None of them have it coming over, I don't think, over land. They're all dropping it farther to the south. And the astute eye and the weather geek from this region will know this is our Arctic blast pattern. When we see this pattern from Thanksgiving to early March, it's like, ooh, are we going to get snow to sea level? Because you have an upper level low dropping out of Canada. You have at the surface, you're getting normally in the wintertime, you'd have cold air pouring out over the Canadian coastline, picking up moisture, and then we have cool snow, maybe like 1,000-foot snow level snow showers coming in over us. That's what's happening on Sunday. So we have cool shower Sunday, but we don't get snow showers because it's only October 12th, and the air mass isn't that cold. And what typically happens as this low, if it continues moving south like this, that's our Arctic blast, because right behind it is surface high pressure and we get a blast of northeast wind and we're cold. And in fact, that is what happens. From there through Tuesday afternoon, that low drops right in, moves off to the south. So if this was winter, we'd be talking about an Arctic blast coming in and wondering about snow in the transition between the moisture onshore flow Sunday to offshore flow Monday and Tuesday. We'd have a strong east wind. It might be in the 20s. So pretty interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This pattern is just coming at the wrong time of year. Thank God it's, well, for me at least, and us and our lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not happening in December. So pretty cool pattern. That's why we're going for mid 50s. We got showers coming up. I think, so there is no like big, deep low pressure.
Mm-hmm.
There's no strong south wind, a little breeze Saturday. But by the time we get to Monday, we're testing out this Horizon AI model from ClimaVision. Thank you, ClimaVision. Testing it for a couple months. And it's saying it has pretty good resolution, 2-kilometer resolution, so we can see the terrain details better. And this would imply some parts of the valley maybe get less than an inch of rain during this time. Maybe because it's westerly flow, maybe some of the west part of the valley, Hillsborough, Carlton, McMinnville, rain shadowed a bit by the coast range as the showers come over, and it'd be heavier in the Cascades.
Mm-hmm.
So we can, and 2 inches of precip. This is going to end fire season between the chilly weather and the showers. I think this is it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good news.
I'm not officially declaring it end to fire season, just so you know.
Yeah.
Do not start burning stuff on Saturday, please, until you check with your local fire department. Because Mark Nelson said I could burn, I didn't say that.
Oh, God.
Okay?
Yeah.
There'd be pitchforks coming after you for sure.
They sure would.
Yeah.
And then what does this model do for snow?
Oh, that is really good res.
Yeah, we don't get that off the Euro or any other long range model. So this is ending Monday midday, but it shows the idea that because the snow level is only coming down to about 4,000 feet, government camp only gets a little. Think of it this way. Here's a good analogy. In the winter, if we had this pattern down near sea level, we'd send a reporter up to Sylvan, and in the morning there'd be like slushy snow, maybe an inch there. They'd be shoving their foot in the slush and saying, "Ooh, there was some slush on the freeway today." I think that's what'll happen up at 4,000 feet Sunday and Monday. But you go higher up, I just picked a random point here and called it ski resorts for our TV graphics purposes. But the point is, significant amount of snow up there. I could see 2 feet at Timberline by Monday morning.
Wow.
I think that could happen.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I was just up at Govey yesterday. Was that yesterday with
Was
Ward?
it like summer?
It felt like summer. Yeah, we're eating outside after our hike. It's bright sunshine. It's kind of wild. And we were talking about how crazy it is, how, in just a few days there could be snow up here.
Well, you have Monday and Tuesday off. Why don't you go hiking again on Monday? Let us know how it goes up there at 4,000 feet.
I think I'm busy that day.
Yeah. All right. So why did I don't remember what's coming up here. Oh, this is days 5 through 10. So what's the anomaly? Is this troughing going to stick around that's there, Monday and Tuesday? It looks like it probably sticks around next week in one form or another. Models disagree exactly where it moves, which means we don't know exactly where the showers will be. It seems like once we get to Tuesday and beyond, there are fewer showers in general. The low seems to weaken. So this is days 5 through 10. So this is through next work week. And then the days 10 through 15, both from the Euro on the left, these are the ensemble averages, and the GFS on the right. And it's about average height. They're both developing the kind of the Aleutian low a little bit farther west than normal, but some lower than normal heights out here. They're implying things could turn stormy to well to our west, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the following week. So this to be the 18th through the 23rd. So do I see a stormy pattern developing for us? It can happen mid to late October. I don't see it yet, but maybe 2 weeks from now. We'll see. It's way out there. This is a different way of showing precip. This is Salem. The next 2 weekends. All right. This is Euro ensemble average. Notice there's a ramp up in precip this weekend. Maybe an inch or so at Salem. All right. Then notice how it kind of levels off. Not only the average, which is the bars, but also the operational, the control run. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost no rain from Monday afternoon for about 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
So actually the operational Euro today was very dry once we get past this. But you can see the ensemble average does start going up again later next week. So we'll see. All right. There's our 7-day forecast. Mid-50s. Ooh, chilly. What does that mean?
Chilly, SWEATA WEATHA.
That's like jacket weather at that point.
Well, yeah, that's like coat weather.
Yeah.
SWEATA and
Oh, you're
coat.
being dramatic. If we had that in March, you'd be like, oh, I didn't even need to wear a jacket to work today.
It's
I
so
know.
true. It's funny how that
Dramatic.
changes.
Although in March's defense, we have strong sunshine in March.
Yeah.
You
And
get sun breaks, you're like, oh, this isn't so bad.
it was 79 yesterday, okay?
Exactly.
So we had a
It's
20
the
degree
shock.
drop today.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need a week to adjust to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So,
I got a brand new wood stove. I'm going to test it out this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Hope the fumes aren't too strong with the fresh paint. Okay, got to burn some wood. Who did photos? I don't remember.
Your
I
photos.
did.
I didn't do them.
I did. You ready? Okay.
Ooh, look at that.
Dang.
There were too many good moon photos. I
Dang.
chose 5, but man, I could have made a whole presentation about them.
Wow.
Look at that.
The one
I
with,
know.
is that like an owl?
Red-tailed hawk or
It
an
says
owl?
a crow, but I don't know.
What? That's crazy.
looks-
With
Could
the
be a crow,
moon
I
in the
suppose.
background. That's a really cool shot, Tommy.
Yes, Tommy Houston, Douglas Heath, Three Sisters right above. Love it. DK Barker, Lake Oswego shot. Assuming at either sunrise or sunset because of the coloring. Scott Tracy over the McNary Dam. And Wayne Sandman with Mount Hood and right peeking behind it.
That's neat.
It's incredible. This is the Harvest Supermoon, if you're wondering. It was our first supermoon of the year. It peaked Monday. And supermoon just means it just appears bigger and brighter. So you really couldn't have missed it this week. It was bright.
I was going to say, just to recap, the harvest moon is the moon that's closest to the autumnal, I almost said eclipse, autumnal equinox.
Yes.
So, wait. Oh, yeah. And so usually the October moon is called the hunter's moon. But if basically October steals it from September, then it becomes the harvest
The
moon.
Harvest Moon. Mhm.
There we go. Oh,
Ah.
Camilla.
Stunning. Okay, Camilla, pronounce this word because I never can pronounce it.
Crepuscular.
Thank you.
Sounds gross, but
From
it's cool.
Latin word crepusculum, which is like twilight, or right?
Did you just cast a spell on us?
It's like a
Crepusculum.
Harry
Mark-
Potter.
Everati.
Mark was classic, like sprinting to one of his weather hits, and he had this viewer photo ready to show, and he's like, "Wait!" And he wanted so badly to figure out like the Latin root of crepuscular, and I was like googling it, and I was gonna tell you, it was too late. But that's why
You know how
looked
the
it up.
you know how like when actually when I was riding my bike today, that happened. A squirrel tried to run in front of me, then backed off.
Oof.
That could be bad.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like that, running back, like, wait, I think I have 30 seconds to go find the definition, and then I had to run back, and I still didn't.
And
make
then you
it.
heard
I mean, it kind of made it in time. Yeah. Sometimes with the chair shooting out behind me towards the wall.
Yeah, you hear the chair rolling.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
all right,
Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah
Yeah.
gets the photo of the day because this is stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, I got two more.
I didn't know we had this one too.
Amazing.
Yes, this is from a recognizable name, Tony Martinez.
Nice.
I'm
Never heard of
assuming.
Nice.
Yes, I'm assuming it's our own Tony Martinez. That's the only one I know.
I'm assuming he was reporting, remote, live on the traffic. I don't know why else he would be anywhere but here.
On the Rim Drive. A lot of traffic on the Rim Drive at sunrise in October.
Yeah.
Well, it is a beautiful photo.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's the lake. It looks like fog, but it's
Yeah.
like
And more. Wow,
one
Payton.
last
No wonder.
one.
Payton was so tired, Camilla, earlier. She goes, I think I'm going to head home for the podcast. She goes, she's been staring at a computer all day and she did all this stuff.
That's
There's
amazing.
just a lot of graphics. You know what? It's just that the October rainfall graphic did me in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Mount Rainier reflection. Kathy. I'm not going to say your last name, but thank you
Weisberger?
for it.
Oh, oops. Weisgerber.
Whisperber.
Or is it Wiesberger?
Could be Weiss.
Weiss.
Sounds German.
Mm.
Anyway, you can always share
And
your
how do we
photos
submit an
on
app?
our app.
Yeah.
Really
How do we
easy.
submit a photo through there?
Yeah,
I'm mumbling, sorry.
it's okay.
Or kptv.com/web.
Yes.
No, they told us to stop saying that because we really want you to download the app.
Download the app. Just download
Yeah.
the app.
But just don't tell anybody, but you can go to our kptv.com.
Oh, it's like ASMR. That's another
Yeah.
thing that's Gen Z. We could do a podcast.
Yeah. Is that when they go,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Just
go
go
like
That's the
to
weirdest thing.
kptv.com.
all right, folks, we're losing it. Camilla's got a show to do. She's got
Oh my
lives to
gosh,
say
I'm on
during the
air in
8
3
o'clock
minutes.
show.
It's fine.
Yeah, in 3
Oh,
minutes, but you're not
crap.
really on air in 3 minutes because
Yeah.
they're busy with other issues.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining us, folks. We're going to wrap it up. We will be back here next week. We're trying to do it every week. And we'll talk about rain totals. I'm sure we're going to have rain totals. We'll talk about the snow in the mountains. And maybe we'll talk about a warm up to 65 degrees and be all excited about that. So thanks again, and we will see you later.
Enjoy your sweater weather.